All right, every year we do this Halloween week. Every single year. We say, look, if you've got some spirits or you think you have spirits or activity in your home, we can tell you if you got something to be scared about or interested about. We'll send the Ghosts of Georgia paranormal investigators over to your house, and they'll bring all their fancy equipment, advanced equipment, and then they will literally play the sounds of ghosts if they can find it. So one of the first that we got was from our listener here, Allie, who says she's got this old man ghost that's been following her around since she was a kid. Hey, Allie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, tell us about the first time that you're like, all right, I'm getting a really weird feeling here. There's somebody behind me.
It was probably when I was about 10 or 11 years old. I would wake up and see someone standing at the foot of my bed. So that was always kind of, disconcerting.
Yeah,
but,
that's jarring.
Yes, yes, it is. But as I moved, every place I moved, there was something that happened. And I just always assumed that it was this one person or spirit or whoever it was. And toys would turn off and on by themselves. Doors would open, lights would turn off.
All the things,
footsteps, all that stuff. But once I moved into this house, it started bothering my kids. So my son would wake up and say, there's somebody tickling my feet, or there's someone in my closet playing with my clothes and playing with my toys. And so that, my little girl would wake up in the middle of the night talking to somebody. She would say, man, pointing towards the door. So that's awesome. Yeah. So we just had all the things happening. And even when I lived in France, the thing followed me. So,
really?
Yes.
Oh, even went international.
Yes, it did.
Man, got some sky miles.
I didn't know they could.
You think he flies Spirit?
That Friday really paid off. Take it off that Friday. It really paid off. Did you get a visual on this ghost that was at the foot of your bed? Like, do you remember what it looked like, or was it just an image?
Just a black figure. I would say maybe 6 feet tall or so. And I used to see it at the old house that I lived as well in Grayson. It would stand outside the foot of my son's door in the hallway. So, yeah, he's been everywhere.
All right. And more about the kids. They've seen this?
He's never seen it. My son, he's 5. He's never seen it. He just says that there's somebody in his room. His room is always super, super cold, colder than the rest of the house, like 5 degrees colder. So it's very frigid. And then my little girl, I guess she's seen it if she's saying man. But yeah.
And how old is she?
She's 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
They say the younger they are.
Yes. Now I have seen a little girl too. So there is a little girl in the house, and I have seen.
Okay, so the little girl. So the old man has been following you around, but now in this new house, you say there is a new entity.
Yes.
And it's a little girl.
Yes. And she was at my old house. She showed up when I was pregnant with my daughter.
And what does she do?
She just likes to watch her. She likes my daughter for some reason, and she seems to have blonde hair, and she wears a little blue dress.
Did you do any kind of research on the house or anything, or where you grew up?
No, not really. The people that lived there before us, they built the house, they lived there. Nothing ever happened. I still talk to her, and she thinks it's nuts.
So when you're talking, have you discussed this with your family? Does anybody else in your family have this kind of activity around them when it comes to spirits?
Yes, my older sister. And she, whenever we are together, it seems to be heightened a little bit. So she stayed with me in June, and she actually got woken up by someone yelling, "Mom." And she turned to the left to look. She thought it was her 6-year-old that was there with her. And she saw something shuffling back and forth. And she was like, "What do you want? It's 3 a.m. And she turned the light on real quick because she said she just felt weird. And her 6-year-old was asleep next to her in the bed.
Stop it.
Dang. Dang.
Okay, that gave me the goosebumps.
Yeah.
When you look at family history, was there anybody that... was there a relative that passed away just as you were born, or somebody that didn't get to enjoy the Allie fun and don't want?
Not that I know of. My dad passed when I was 15, and he comes in and out every now and then, but it's not that I know of. I don't know who this is.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Tommy has put on our Zoom screen. What am I looking at here now, Tommy?
So Ed
took some pictures. Ed's on the line too, by the way, and I wanted to share these with you. There are 3 different pictures, and Allie talked about a man possibly 6 feet tall, and this is a shot through the door. If you look through the door, you can see a shadow figure, and there are 3 pictures, and the shadow figure gets bigger. It's almost like it goes up, and then it ducks down, and you can see it changing.
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and it goes back down. That was right next to Allie's bed in her bedroom, where she says she's seen this figure before, the exact spot. It's also the spot where we were in the bedroom. It was Brian with Ghosts of Georgia, my friend Jason, and I felt something touch me on my hip.
Well, y'all just had a ghost party, didn't you?
Area.
It
On your
touched
butt
your
area?
butt area?
Yeah.
When you by butt area, do you mean your butt?
Brian, it was kind of like hip butt.
Okay.
And
my hand upon
Brian was
your
joking
hip
like I
when I
had
did
a ghost
we
girlfriend,
did.
but I definitely felt something touch me.
Okay, so give us a couple of minutes here. Then we're going to get Ghosts of Georgia paranormal investigators on with us, and they will tell you exactly what they found, and they have sounds.
Yes.
I'm
And
ready.
and our studio director Tommy has said that this sound is going to blow us away. It is some of the best audio we've ever received.
Without a doubt.
Within all the years we've done this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, Ed is back. So, Ed, what did you find?
Yeah, good morning, Bert.
morning.
Well, we found a lot, and I'm glad Allie lives there and not me. But
That's awesome.
during the investigation, we all have personal experiences that kind of backed up, confirmed what she was talking about. Anywhere from noises, and you hear Tommy said he was touched. We had like this strong breeze in her bedroom just blow right through the room, and it went through 3 people, excuse me, until it went out the door. But I think we have some confirmed why that little girl's there.
Yep.
Didn't really get the name of the international gentleman that's with her, but I think we have some information that you'll be happy to have, Allie.
All right.
The international guy.
That's the ghost
The
that
guy
went to
from
France.
France.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's not from France.
No.
He just went to France.
So,
I mean,
and I talked about
wouldn't
getting
you?
touched. I showed you the shadow figure a few minutes ago, and I told you about me getting touched on the butt. Also, something else I experienced, I felt like I walked through a cobweb, and there was no cobweb. It was like all over my arms, all over my face. And Ed says that's the sign of activity a lot of times when
Really?
you feel that.
I think your buddy Jason's going to call you later and go, okay, confession, that was me.
He's a true friend. He would never do that. Okay, but
It's
Bert
more
would,
than a
though.
friend.
so
Bert 100% would do that.
So I've always wanted to go on a ghost hunt. I've told Ed for years that I want to finally go to Allie's house to investigate.
By the way, Allie, thank you for letting all these people
Oh,
know.
absolutely. My husband was kind of pissed, but it's fine.
Quick story before we get to the EVPs. We were in her son's room. Her son's 5 years old. She says this is the hot spot of activity. A lot of stuff happens in his room. And we get a fire truck out of his toy closet, and we put it in the center of the room. It is pitch black. I have a little, what kind of meter was that, Ed, that I had?
Probably a K2 EMF meter.
Yeah, an EMF meter. And you could see the light on the fire truck, and that was it. Beyond the fire truck, you couldn't see a thing, and there were 2 other people on the other side. There was Brian and my friend Jason. Fire truck sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear something jingle. And at first I thought it was a chain on Jason's pants, but it wasn't. It sounded like a dog collar, and it was coming not even from the direction that Jason was sitting. They didn't hear it. Then I hear it again. Jingle, jingle, jingle. I was like, do you guys hear that? No, they didn't hear it. All of a sudden, the fire truck begins to move, and it goes about 10 inches. And I said, I didn't want to play the audio because I go, oh, F. And then we just start going crazy. Come to find out, Brian with Ghosts of Georgia started moving the truck What he meant to say beforehand was, did it sound like this?
Oh.
Trying to recreate the sound. We were scared crapless. It was hilarious. But
Thanks for that.
let's get to the EVPs.
And
Well, welcome to the paranormal world there, Tommy.
and Ed, tell everybody what EVP stands for and how you get them.
Well, you say it better than I do. Why don't you say it?
Electronic voice phenomenon.
There you go. Perfect. On this first one, Allie was with us at the time, and Allie asked, "Are you a little girl?" And then we hear two voices respond, and see what y'all hear.
Are you a little girl?
Okay, I'm going to play it again. Mm-hmm. You're going to hear a male voice say, "Do you hear that?" And then you're going to hear a little girl voice near the end say, "Mom." Listen closely.
Are you a little girl?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did that time.
Yep. When you spell it out, you can hear it like loud and clear. Yep.
All right, let's do the next one, Ed.
Okay. Brian is talking to Allie. They're just having a little conversation, and at the end of the clip, you hear a whisper, and to us, it sounds like it says right here.
She goes, yeah, and Cassius says, yeah, I felt it.
It's like it moved from this way to this way.
Did you hear it?
Some kind of whisper going
She goes,
on.
yeah, and Cassius says, yeah, I felt it.
It's like it moved from this way to this way.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah? That's
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my
gotta go back
bedroom.
there.
That's your bedroom.
It's where I sleep.
And
All right.
like, and he didn't have like the radio stations going to pick up. Like that was just
That was
plain.
thin air.
Which
Yep.
those are rare, right, Ed?
Yeah, those are the ones we like. Those are the ones we used to get all the time before we started using the Spirit Box. And with the Spirit Box, we have real-time communication, so it kind of helps us along the way.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Now, on this next one, Allie asked, "Did you follow me from the old house?" And on this one, we're using the Spirit Box. So we get two answers. The first one's not real clear. The second one is clear. Listen and see what you hear.
Did you follow me from the old house?
You hear
It
it?
does. It sounds like two I dids. One was a little fainter than the other.
Listen, you definitely hear the second one.
Did you follow me from the old house?
I
didn't get that
I
one.
can't get it.
Oh, I can hear it.
I heard
What did
it.
it say?
I did.
I did.
Well, it
I
says,
did.
yes, I did at the beginning. And then at the last one says, I did.
So the
You hear it a
first
little
one
more
I
clear
heard.
when it's your home.
Yeah. Play that one more time. I just want to hear that first, because the first one I heard clearly.
Did you follow me from the old house?
Yep.
All right, next.
Well, you have two gentlemen applying for your attention there, Ellie. On the next one, I asked, how old was Allie when you first met her? And then you hear a voice. One's kind of low at the beginning, and then you hear one that's a little louder. It sounds like one says 11, one says 10. See what you
I'm like around 10, 12 years old. Was she about that age when you first met her?
11, 10,
And is that like a southern accent?
10.
Like 10?
10. Yeah.
I'm like around 10, 12 years old. Was she about that age when you first met her?
10.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Sound like it.
All right, next.
Okay, on the next one, we heard a knock noise. Everybody that was there heard this noise, and then I asked, "Can you tell us who is making that noise?" And we got this response off the Spirit Box.
Can you tell us who that is making that noise?
Me.
To me?
No, we heard we did.
Can you tell us who that is making that noise?
Yeah, I hear that.
I hear something.
All right, next.
And on the next one, Brian, he's asking, "Well, do you want us to leave?" And then we get two responses. One, it sounds like says yes, and the second one says either "so get out" or "so get out of here." It's kind of hard to hear the last words.
Do you want us to leave?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it?
They're pretty clear. They're pretty clear.
All right.
Okay.
Next, we go to the basement recorder, and nobody was in the basement on this next one.
So there's nobody down there knocking?
No.
Because they just set up
And
cameras and stuff around the house and just leave them running.
And every room I think we were in, we would ask, can you knock? And I'm wondering if that was one of the responses when we asked, like in another room, and you hear.
Well, we heard knocking after you guys had asked that upstairs. We heard it downstairs in the kitchen. So
This doesn't freak you out that you're getting confirmation of everything you already knew?
no, it
Not at
makes
all.
me feel less of a kook.
Okay.
I actually find this reassuring.
Now, keep in mind, Allie says she's got a little girl that's been following her, the little girl ghost. So I ask, are you a child? And we get the response. Ed thinks it says that's right. I hear a little girl saying, yes, sir.
Are you a child?
I couldn't hear. I couldn't make that out.
Are you a child?
I can't make it out, but there's certainly something.
I heard this quick. She wants pancakes.
This is freaky. Footsteps. Nobody in the basement.
Damn.
Okay, that is undeniable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Two more. Brian asks, we told you our names. Can you tell us ours? And we hear in a child's voice, no.
We told you our names. Can you tell us yours?
Ooh, she's not supposed to talk to strangers.
So annoyed, too. That was an annoyed no.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
That's stranger danger.
And then again, I ask, can you knock on a wall and let us know you're here? We hear a response from a child's voice. You heard me.
Can you knock on the wall and let us know you're here?
She's got an attitude.
She done had it.
She's over it.
All right. Buckle in.
Okay.
This is the one we've waited for.
Sounds like a tourist, doesn't she, Mo?
Ed, give a little background on this one.
All right. Well, and one of the other EVPs you heard, Brian asked if you want us to leave. Well, we did ask several times at different locations of the house. So Jason was asking if you want us to leave, pack up and leave, and this is what we got.
And Allie says that an old man has been following her all her life. I think it's him.
You want us to pack up and go home?
Oh!
What was that?
Was that like a demonic yes?
You know what it
Hell
sounds
yeah.
like? If you've ever seen The Conjuring 2,
Okay.
there's an old man ghost on there named Bill. It sounds like Bill.
Play it again.
Play it again.
You want us to pack up and go home?
Oh, no!
Oh, hell no.
And again,
Nah.
I want to clarify, Ed, that didn't come from the spirit box. That was literally just out there in the open for you guys.
Okay, for real quickly, Brian was sitting down in the chair. I was sitting about 6 to 8 feet away. I had my recorder running. I did not get it. It was like somebody bent down. He has a wristwatch and has a recorder in it. Sounded like something bent down, yelled into his recorder. It did not come off the box. We checked with everybody. Tommy could tell you nobody said that. It was an audible voice that we didn't hear that was on that recorder. What we think is we've asked so much if they wanted us to leave and they kept telling us to go, they finally just got mad and pissed off and said, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Damn. Damned it. Well,
Or something evil. I mean,
It's either one.
I mean, you knew this was happening. Now you got confirmation.
I know.
Huh?
Thank you so much.
I wonder if you'll have a different
You're
attitude when you
welcome.
walk in that house.
My husband will.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
And thanks for letting our team of 12 come in
Absolutely.
and check out your house.
The Bert Show.